Hi, I'm Rebecca Fougere with Konica Minolta Canada. Today, I'm meeting with Professor Frank Romano, a leading expert in the printing and publishing industry. Frank, it's so great to see you. Thanks so much for meeting with me today.
It's great to see you, Rebecca.
I want to ask you about your opinion on Konica Minolta's KM-1.
I first saw the KM-1 as a prototype in 2012 at Drupa. At that time, it was limited to special paper that you had to use, and there were some other issues with it. By the IPEC show 2 years later, it was doing much better. They were actually in the booth with Komori at that time. But at this recent Drupa in 2016, it was excellent. They modified the machine so that it now can handle any kind of paper. So if you're a commercial printer, you can use any paper you've been using for any job before without any pre-coating or special formulation. They've also reoriented the ink so it really has a look of offset lithography. Many of the inkjet inks have a gloss to them that's a little bit different than offset. And so the KM-1 has done a very good job. So I consider it in really the top 3 machines in the industry that commercial printers should be looking at.
Do you see the KM-1 generating new revenue opportunities for commercial printers?
Absolutely. You see, up to now, digital printing has been relegated to what I call the low end of the industry because the sheets were so small. So you really could do on-demand books, you could do commercial work of certain kinds like direct mail, and that was perfect. That was wonderful for digital printing to start with. But most printers don't print single sheets. They print big sheets with a lot of pages on them, and they're called signatures, of course. And we didn't have that with digital printing until companies started to expand it, and they couldn't do it with toner, so they did it with inkjet. And so the KM-1, and by the way, that's a great name for the product because KM-1 is easy to remember and say, and someday there could be a KM-2 and a KM-3, who knows, KM-99. But the important thing is that they've reformulated the UV ink. It's not the UV ink printers think about in coating and traditional wide format and flatbed inkjet. It's a different formulation that gives a look that's very much like offset printing. And you can't do that easily. And that's what you needed. And so therefore, you have the larger sheet, you have the special ink, which allows you now to print on any kind of paper or canvas or special material in plastic, which opens up innumerable opportunities because now printers can do bigger jobs or what I like to call longer short-run jobs for commercial work and compete at the same level they were competing at with offset lithography. So I think it opens up unbelievable opportunities for commercial printers. So I think the market is going to burst within the next year or two.
So what would you say to those commercial printers that are considering getting into inkjet technology?
Well, now's the time because your competitors are going to have it. There's no doubt about it. And so don't wait until they lead the pack and you come in second and say, oh, here we are. You better get in fast because the market is changing very quickly. Now, the offset people are going to get mad at me, but we know that offset is changing and that the volume levels are going down. They're all trying to figure out a way to do faster make-readies. But there's only so much you can do on an offset press. You're still limited by certain functions you must perform. And you're going to have some level of waste. There's no doubt about it. I don't have any waste. I don't have any make-ready. That's the advantage of digital. So commercial printers, even if they keep their offset for the longer runs, are going to have to go digital. There's no doubt about it. The question is when, not if. And so are you going to wait? Or are you going to do it now where you can start to really compete in the marketplace?
Well, thank you so much once again for meeting with me today. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Well, thank you. I love talking about technology.
Thank you.